Welcome to Seductively French, the show that goes behind the scenes of what truly draws people to France. It isn't just the culture and beauty, it's the passion of the people who want to share their vision with the rest of the world. This spirit is what makes France so incredibly magnetic. With their power of seduction and savoir-faire in fashion, food, art, and music, these individuals share with me what I like to call Seductively French. Mandarin Oriental is the latest and greatest in luxury properties in Paris. What sets you apart, and how new is this property?
I think the wow effect that I get from the people that visit the place is certainly the thing that strikes me the most. People are like astonished, they're surprised. And
Absolutely.
The garden, when you're off the street in the middle of the busy Paris, right next to Place Vendôme, with all 32 big trees, I mean, the middle of Paris, steps away from Vendôme. It's really a huge surprise.
Speaking of the wow factor, I walk into the lobby and that was my first wow. Then I walk through the garden and I see one of my favorite actresses, French actresses, Catherine Deneuve. Who else has been here? It's only been recently opened, but
Yes.
Who else have you seen?
That I can mention, of course, a few of our fans. We had Maggie Cheung that was here. We had Liam Neeson. We had also Mr. Roker, which is very well known in the States.
Yeah, of course.
And we had Queen Latifah. And then already a few incognitos, which I can mention names. So it has been very well accepted already.
How new is the hotel?
We just opened less than a year ago.
Less than a year. How many rooms do you have here?
138 rooms with a ratio of 39 suites inside that number.
And in detail, let's talk about this suite.
This suite, and like all the suites on the 6th and 7th floor, we have 10 of them, have the ceiling height of 2 floors. The story is that when we built a hotel, we felt the opportunity to make the space, because I think what's luxury also, including especially in a city like Paris, is space. So you have double ceiling height. We have another presidential suite that's more designed around being a loft, more like a Parisian apartment, because the key is we do want to be Parisians. We are Mandarin Oriental, so we have our savoir-faire and our Oriental heritage, but we want to portray to be very Parisians. Hence all the couture elements, all the work that you have here, for example, in the bedboard, you have Monsieur Lesage that did 650 hours of work on that.
Very artistic, it's beautifully done. And about the interior decor also?
The interior decor, we also took a special move. We had one person in charge of the restaurants and one person in charge of the spa and the rooms, because we feel they're very different elements and you have to have a different approach. At the end of the day, yesterday I was greeting the new members of staff. It's for people that are on the ground floor that makes the stay of a guest a special experience. That's so key. We want them to not only to sell a product, but to sell a luxury experience.
Absolutely.
And that's key. There is nobody that's more important than a chambermaid with a smile, with a genuine care.
Yes.
That's where the Oriental heritage that we have in Mandarin Oriental helps us a lot.
Yes.
And it's what people want. This kind of, they don't mind paying the high rate, but they want something that's unique.
Absolutely. Philippe, what I admire about this modern hotel is there's so much of nature surrounding you. So there's soft fabric, but there's wood and there's stone, and of course the vegetation of the garden. It's very zen-like.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me a little bit about the art that we find around the hotel and in the rooms?
Yes, you have, again, we chose to have a lot of French artists. The main feature you see in the main lobby is from Nathalie de Coster. Then around fashion, we have Ali Madavi that on every floor has some paintings that he has described. He's very famous around many fashion houses.
Okay.
And we have an Italian gentleman that has done all sorts of details around the butterfly. Again, it's to repeat the freedom that you have around the garden.
Interesting. It's Mandarin Oriental, and then there's French, and then Italian artists and designers. So
we try to take the best expertise from everywhere, you know.
Philippe, you have been around the world. You've worked in America for how many years? 14 years?
14 years, yeah.
And then also in the UK?
Yes, I worked just before this assignment. I was 4 years United Kingdom.
What do you find so magical about Paris and about France?
Savoir vivre. I think it's a sentence that everywhere around the world, the French, they know how to take the time. I feel a little bit like half American, so, but...
Kind of the best of both worlds, right?
Yeah.
Philippe, thank you so much for welcoming us here. I look forward to exploring a little bit more in detail the property at Mandarin, maybe the spa and the gardens. So thank you so much for your hospitality.
Je vous en prie.
And thank you for watching Seductively French.